Why, thank you, TikTok. You just deleted a video that I just filmed. Thank you very much. Okay, back to the drawing board. I finished Welcome to the Family yesterday. And outside of the author dumbing a lot of things down and going on tangents and talking about, like, one-off crew members and, like, their entire backstory, I'm like, there are some things I don't need to know about, and sometimes it is knowing the history of crew members. Like, I understand that you're trying to sell a book and give everyone their story and why they're a part of the movie, but sometimes I don't need to know that some guy almost lit himself on fire as a child. Like, I didn't need to know that. Okay? But this is really fascinating because when I got on the Fast and Furious, it was right before Fast 7 came out. And so I binged 1 through 6, knowing that 7 was coming out soon. But my fascination for Fast and Furious kind of dwindled quickly afterwards. And I found out that one of the characters, Brian, aka Paul Walker, had passed away, and I was just like, you know what? I'm good. I might go back to the movies eventually. Then I got back into Fast and Furious because I found out Han came back. Which, Han is my favorite character, so it was very interesting to go and read, like, chapters 3 and 9, because 3 and 9 talk about Tokyo Drift and F9, which are two of my favorites out of the Fast and Furious series. But what I found interesting was when Fast and Furious was heading towards the 4th film, which is technically the 3rd film. If you've never seen Fast and Furious, and you're gonna be confused. Paul actually said that he wasn't gonna come back. That, like, the 2 movies he did, he was good. He wasn't gonna come back to the 4th. The same thing happened to the actor who plays Han. By the time the 9th film came around, he was like, no, I'm good. I don't really want to come back. Like, it's been years. I don't need to come back. Besides, I'm dead, right? But there are certain things in this were just so fascinating. Like, if you know Fast and Furious, you know they jump shark, like, 1,000 times by the time 8, 9, and 10 can't come around. But what I found very interesting is that Justin Lin, who has directed several Fast and Furious movies, he's the one who came up with the majority of the insanity of F9. And that's just fascinating because I feel like there was so much criticism, and I think most people blamed it on the writers. And it was mainly Justin who was like, yeah, no, I wanted to do all this. Like, why not go big? Like, these films have become ridiculous anyway, so why not continue to make them ridiculous? So that was a lot of fun. Also, it goes into detail of the beef between Diesel and Johnson. So if you're interested in that this is fun to read. Also, we learn a little bit more of why Justin Lin left Fast X, which is also a lot of fun to read about, because that's around the time I got into, like, back into Fast and Furious, was right before Fast X was, like, due to start filming. And finding out that Justin left, I was just like, what do you mean he left? He's, like, the best director that Fast and Furious has had, because he's directed, 4 or 5 of the films? What do you mean he's gone? But, this is really fascinating if you really like the behind-the-scenes stuff, because it really just, like, brings a whole new element to the Fast and Furious franchise to read about what was going on in some of these things, and like how the crew was like revered, and like who they got on and all that. Like, if you like behind the scenes stuff, I think you would really like this, regardless if you like Fast and Furious. But yes, I recommend this book.